We tried out for the basketball team, but didn't
Oh,
make
yeah?
it.
Oh yeah, I
Really?
was there.
Bro.
Me, more wealthy.
I was like, I feel like I'm in NBA right now. I'm about to lay this up. Laid it up. I missed.
Oh, damn.
I think that was it.
Oh.
I think the coach was like, "How you gonna miss a layup, bro?" I kind of lost the feeling for breaking. I didn't want to do it anymore because I'm injured. I can't do anything. A few months of not breaking, I was like, I gotta break because that breaking was like a form. Like it's more than a hobby. It's like something that keeps you in shape, gets you sweating, and also like gives you the opportunity to create.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the KDK podcast. This is your boy Koo.
It's your boy Kong here.
Here's Dollar.
And today we have a special guest, returning guest, but we're going to be talking about himself. This is our good friend and our crewmate, Wealthy Fonseca.
Woo!
Yo.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey.
So Wealthy is a good friend of ours and a crewmate of ours, the Loonies. He's also an artist, and we're just gonna start off from the very beginning, Wealthy. So I guess when did your artistic vision start? I guess to say,
Which artistic vision?
like,
Ooh, yeah.
which one came
Ooh.
first?
Specifically.
So clearly, all right. So
Ooh.
I knew you clearly from Dala, but I knew you because we were breaking together. Was that where your artistic vision came, or were you already kind of like an artistic kid growing up?
I think it's good.
Oh, put the
Put
mic
it-
where more
I
than
I was trying to keep it from the puppy. I think breaking like helped blossomed the artist in me.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in like middle school, I dabbled in like drawing anime, Dragon Ball Z, and stuff, but like I never really was into it. I only did it because like Vin and the homies were they knew how
Yeah.
to draw, so I hung out with them almost every day. So like I just started drawing too, but I was never like I never felt that this is it.
It was like pretty much just kind of a hobby, something you did.
Yeah,
for
it was
fun.
a hobby. It was fun and it was cool too. Recreating like Dragon Ball Z and
Mhm.
anime characters, and they were making comic books too. Like they were
Oh.
heavily into it. I was
Dang. Yeah.
like, dang, y'all really trying to
Uh-huh.
make
Okay.
comic books and stuff, and like we're really invested into their characters.
Okay.
But yeah, I was never like heavily into it. I just did it because it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think in high school, I took some art classes, but still, like, I never really thought like I would be doing this in the long run, like, because they all say like it's hard to make a living being an artist, but
The struggling artist or
Starving
starving
artist.
artist.
yeah, and I was like, man, I don't want to starve,
Uh-huh.
But with breaking, I never, at first, we didn't think of breaking as an art. We thought it's like it was fun. It's just good exercise. But after a while, we kept doing it. Like I realized, it is an art because we're creating.
Yeah.
We obviously learned the foundation, and then with that, like the blueprint, like we just took off with each and every one of us, and like that made me realize, like, wow, this is actually an art.
Okay. So we'll start from the very beginning. How were you introduced to breaking? Like, when was the first time you saw it, and when was the first time you were actually introduced to it?
The first time I saw it, I forgot how old I was. I was maybe like 7 or 8, but it was at some church conference, and I did not know what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know who the dudes were. I think
Uh-huh.
we were at some conference, and it was like during dinner time, and they were performing, and I was like, the first time you see breaking is like mind blowing, because it's like, yo, the human body can do this. It's like, what the heck? But
Do you remember what moves they were doing?
Oh, the flare,
Oh, you remember
flares,
that?
windmills, it just spinning. I was like,
Uh-huh.
what the heck? But that was when I was like young.
Right,
Um,
right.
So I was mind blowing, and then I thought it was cool. But what really introduced me to actually breaking was you guys, Dala first. Want me to tell the story?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here
Waiting.
for stories. Yeah.
Yeah, what was it, like 7th grade? No, it
Eighth
was all
grade.
8th grade, going
Yeah.
into 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
You had just moved back from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Um, Wait, were you living on Unity or were you living with Zoa?
I was on Unity. Yeah.
Unity?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, because every morning we would go to the bus and then I was like, who's this dude? I was like, didn't you have the blonde hair too?
I don't know. No, not
You
when
know
I
you had
moved
the long
back.
hair?
Yeah.
A little bit. Maybe a little bit longer. But
I was
don't
like,
know.
this dude looks new.
New kid on the block.
Yeah, new kid on the block, same bus. And then I think we had like the same math class or something.
I think so. Yeah.
And then eventually we just started talking and became friends. And then I forgot how we got into it. You're like, yo, I could break dance. I don't know.
Out of nowhere.
Hey,
Hey,
what?
I remember for
Yeah.
myself. But go ahead and
Yeah,
see how you
we
remember,
got we got started talking about breaking, and you're like, and then you showed me like the Nike
Yeah.
Nike freeze.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Yo, that's dope. And then I think like we just kept hanging out after that, and eventually, I wanted to learn the Alatadas moves, and then we met you, you guys,
Yeah.
the cousins, and Zola, and I was like, only a few houses away from Zola, same block as Dala, so now we're here.
Yeah. Because we used to hoop in front of Vin, which is another one of our crew members. Remember, we used to hoop in front of his driveway all the time.
Yeah.
And then I don't really remember how we got into the breaking part, but then, yeah, they're like, oh, breaking? And then I was like, yeah, let me show y'all moving. I did like a Nike freeze. And then I still remember, like, you already knew how to do, like, crabs and, like,
What?
yeah, you, like, already knew how to do it,
Already
bro.
good, man.
Like, it was
you did breaking before
I remember,
that.
like, you showed me, too, like, right there, you like, did, like, crabs or something.
crickets, crab.
Or crickets or something. I forgot, but you did it, and I was like, "What? This dude know how to break too." But I think it was like you just knew how to do it because you just like I guess I don't know. You don't remember doing that, Wealthy?
Oh man.
Do I
Now,
remember?
I think now I kind of remember.
Is it called crabs or is it? It's
Just like a stab.
yeah, and
stab
then
it
you like
out, like a turtle.
but then you're just going in circles, kind of like
Yeah,
the
that's
turtle.
Yeah,
cricket.
turtle. Yeah.
Cricket or
Cricket,
turtle.
Crabs are
Yeah, like you knew how to do it. Like right after I did my Nike, you're like, oh yeah, I got a little. You're like,
Yeah,
I could
there's
do
a
that
battle
something.
going on.
And then I was like, oh shit, what? This dude know how to break too. Like, but I think because you probably just learned the move, like you didn't really like try to learn how to break, so it was just like, oh, I know how to do a move.
Oh, you know what's funny? I used to like, cause back in my house back then, there used to be a couch, and then I was able to stand behind the couch and watch TV at the same time, and I would kind of hang out on
Yeah.
the couch like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I
Yeah,
used to
You're
do that
kids,
too.
you just like do
Used to
random.
just do like a little
random shit, yeah.
Yeah.
stab freeze.
I used
on
to
the
do that
couch.
for
itchers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't breaking. I was just like doing that
Yeah.
just to.
And
I
I
don't
remember,
know.
but I remember you did that, and I was shocked, like what? Like you know how to break too? Well, I didn't even know how to break. Like really, literally, I knew how to just do a Nike freeze. Like I didn't even know how to break.
That
But
was clean ass Nike.
yeah, boom, like oh. But yeah, that's how I remember it. Yeah, and then eventually,
Okay.
like Koo and Kongnas, we were trying to like start a breaking crew, and then Koo. We were messaging each other on MSN, MSN Messenger, and then Koo like, "Yo, you got any buddies that break? You know, we should recruit them." And I was like, "I know a few guys. I like you, Mo, another of our crew member, because it was only just you two at first before Vin and Eamon got into it, you know." And then I was like, "Yeah, I know a few guys, but they're not like." I don't know if they're breakers, you know. they could probably do a couple. One guy could do a couple moves, which was all you. And then I was like, I don't know. And the crew's like, no, it's cool. Let's get them in, man. You know, let's start up a crew. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think the first time I met you was at Dala's house. Was it a family event that you had going on or something?
I don't know. I feel like it might have been too.
Because I remember my family came too, and I came and then came downstairs. I saw Wealthy. I saw one of our crewmates, Moore. I think I saw Eamon. But I just remember it was some of you guys there, and then
It was always like a family event.
yeah.
Every time you guys came,
Yeah.
we were eating.
Yeah. And I remember Dal was telling me to break, and then I was breaking, but I thought we were all gonna break together, right? And when I looked at you guys were just kind of like leaning on the walls or sitting down watching me. Like, damn, I thought we were all gonna break together. I feel like I'm doing this by myself.
This is a showcase, yeah.
I know. I was like, damn,
This is a showcase.
I feel like I put it on the show. But then, yeah, that was the first time I met you guys. And
Was Kong there too?
I
during
think
that
I was
time?
there.
Kong
I
was
was there
there.
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I-
remember that vividly.
I remember just telling what thing more. Oh, y'all think I'm good? Wait till y'all see my cousins. Wait till y'all see my cousins, man. Yeah.
And then when I saw what they did the air chair freeze, I was like, damn.
Yo.
Oh, what they had a pretty nice air
Yeah,
chair,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Do an air chair.
Yo, what they had a pretty deep
Yeah.
air chair, man.
Like if
my
those that
signature.
don't
Bring it
know,
back.
yeah, I cannot do air chair at all, and air chair's been the hardest move for me. So when I saw what they do air chair, I'm like, damn, this dude could break,
Yeah.
man. This dude knows something.
that was
That's
the
our
air
air
chair
chair
was
guy.
the trend.
Yeah.
Freeze too. Everybody was doing.
That
air
was when
chairs.
everyone was doing air chair, and that was I couldn't do air chair for anything, and I saw what they do. I'm like, damn, that's some.
Dude, what they had air
Clean
chairs
as
during
air
that
chair.
time? Damn.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I don't remember that.
That was
Wow.
when what they would have to kind of like set it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lean
He would
back and
warm up
forth.
his wrist.
Keep it 5 minutes.
But yeah, that was the first time I met you. And I guess Kong was there too.
I was there too. I was really young at the time, so when you guys hung out, I couldn't really come out much. So yeah, but I was there though. I just don't remember much. Yeah.
Okay.
Dang, I met you guys when I already had an air chair.
Well, I don't think when I first met you, you guys were breaking, but then eventually when I came around again,
Oh yeah.
and you guys we will kind of just break a little, and I
Oh.
saw you did air chair. I was like, dang, you do air chair. At this time, I could remember more. Couldn't really do any
Yeah,
freeze at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I was like, dang, okay, this guy could break. But
That's
yeah, so that being said, I guess you don't remember your first move then, since you had like crabs.
I guess it was,
Yeah, it was, bro.
stab hop, and
Mm.
then
Yeah.
I just spun it.
You had like the
Hmm.
moving ones, so it wasn't like would it
I
be
think
called
it was
turtles
cannibals.
or
Sure.
no? Not like
It was,
it was
like
a-
jackhammers, but with two hands.
Yeah,
right?
but like with two hands, where you would
Yeah.
just
I
brace
think
yourself.
We used to call it crickets back. Yeah, in the crickets. day.
Yeah, yeah.
Did
You had it, bro.
Damn.
So what do you think that was the first move you officially had then? Maybe.
Yeah, that was the first move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goes back to
Okay.
that couch. Yeah.
Man, the couch is
Goes back
good
to
for
that
practice,
That's
bro.
the foundation. I
That's
don't know
dope.
why. I just kept doing it because I don't know.
It was in
I've
the
been
way.
doing that too.
Yeah.
Just randomly like go to a couch and be like hold on to the freeze a little bit.
Yeah. And I guess when I met you, I was like, "Oh, is this breaking?"
You had a pretty nice Nike freeze too. Eventually.
At first,
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, after like a while, my shit looked awkward at first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your first move. We know that your b-boy name, you use your real name, Wealthy. Why did you decide to keep your real name as your b-boy name?
Because I couldn't think of any. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's pretty much it. Like, I don't know. I never thought too hard on it, and I felt like a nickname was supposed to be given.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I think I actually gave it a go at trying to name
What
myself.
name? Yeah.
Yeah, give us some of those.
For real, I didn't know what name.
It might have just turned into like Asian town names.
Well, Lao Boy.
Lausta. 763 Lausta. Yeah, what are some names you gave yourself?
Actually, that's just it, bro.
Just the 763
Yeah.
Lausta?
Yeah, I was just like, it ended up being the Asian town.
Oh.
Was there any names that people tried to give you?
Yeah, I know there's one. You can tell that story, right?
Which one?
Yeah, your name, Mighty Wealthy. You do.
Well,
go
that
by
is his
name?
official b-boy name.
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, you
So-
can tell that story. It's a pretty dope story.
Pretty much, it's a simple story.
Yep.
I mean, Mighty is just additional. But it's funny. It's so simple. Mex just one day messaged me.
Mex one.
Mex1, shout out to Mex1, rest in peace. We miss you. He like wrote a status on my Facebook, and it was just like, "Yo, Wealthy, you know what your name should be? Mighty Wealthy." And then I was behind the screen like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I would keep that.
Yeah.
So it was just that simple, huh?
It was just simple.
Did he ever give you the reason why? Or is it just like, boom, that's it?
I'm like, oh, he mighty. Yeah.
Rich in style, bro.
That's a dope
I got
name,
mad
though.
style. Bro.
Yeah.
That's
Nah.
a dope name though. Yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever given me a name. So, and then he just gave me a name, and I was like, he's the first one, and it sounds pretty dope too. And I think at the time there was that brand MightyWealthy.
Oh, really?
Oh, I remember that.
You remember?
Urban wear. Yeah.
So it sounded like MightyWealthy, which sounded cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, since then it's just been MightyWealthy.
Kind of just
Dope.
yeah.
Mm.
It's a dope b-boy name too. It flows really
Yeah.
smooth and everything. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
still go by that, or you just go by Wealthy now?
Either or.
Either
Like
way.
if I enter a jam, I might as well just enter under MightyWealthy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't introduce myself as MightyWealthy.
Yeah. So it's Mighty Wealthy. It's like our crewmate Chris.
Chris.
He always introduces himself as
Sticky
Rice.
I'm like,
So my name
word.
is Sticky Rice.
Oh man. True b-boy. Yeah.
It's like saying your first and last name.
Man.
My name is Wealthy Ponce.
Yeah. I mean, you can you can never go wrong with your name. I'm one of those guys who just went with my name too. But adding mighty to it, yeah, is pretty dope. And obviously, like you believe in the idea that someone should give you a name, so that's dope. That Mex one, which is one of our friends from Florida, gave you that name. Yeah, so that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, your name Dala is already like.
Yeah. Told you your
I mean,
name's
come on.
like, oh, dang, that's your name? Cool.
name,
Yeah, for real.
Me and Kong are like, got like 300, 400 people named. after us, like, dang.
Bro, we like common Hmong names, man. It's not unique at all, man.
Hey, cool. What was your first name?
My first name, my first B-boy name,
Yeah.
B-boy Kool-Aid. I gave myself that name.
Yeah.
Oh, Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
What was
Yeah.
it?
late.
What about Expression Boy?
Oh,
That's
that's just
the
Asian
A-Town
town. Unless it
You know, like-
was, yeah, and he'd
You know, I
like,
called it Expression Boy, but Expression Crew was like, I was inspired by this. That's why it's
Yeah.
called Expression. But I didn't know how to, I was like 9, 10 years old, so I didn't know how to spell expression. So it was with one S.
Expression boy,
Expression.
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 Boy with the I too.
Hey, we're gonna like, as a joke, we'll call him Scooby later.
Scooby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Scooby.
Like Scooby Doo.
Yeah, because his voice cracks.
Yeah,
Hey man, I took that name in too. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take that.
Like Scoops. That's kind
Yeah,
of
Yo,
Scoops
that's
I
pretty
could go with
fire.
that. I could go with that name.
but it's too late now.
Yeah.
Your voice don't crack.
Yeah.
Wealthy, when did you feel like, ooh, like I'm gonna, ooh, like I'm gonna take this kind of serious. Like I'm gonna see where this is gonna take me. When did you have a moment where you felt like I'm pretty good at this, or hey, I'm gonna keep going? Like I guess to put into numbers, would it be like after 2 years, after 4 years, after 5 years? Or even before that, maybe just like I'm just gonna keep practicing. Yeah, like what really kept you practicing prior to even knowing that, oh, I'm pretty good at this? It was just, would you say like it was just fun? All of us were just having fun.
I mean, the first few years we were all having fun,
Mm-hmm.
learning different moves. But that ooh moment,
Ooh.
I feel like everything we did, we all did it together. Like we all entered the jams together as
Mhm.
crews. Whenever there's a one-on-one, our whole crew would enter.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of those jams, like at those one-on-one events, those one-on-one jams at the Rock, that church,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that cool church with the
Yeah.
lights,
Yup,
the
yup.
stage. What they had like undergrounds, like
Mm.
League of the Underground.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
League of the
Is it,
Underground.
They had a lot of
oh, I forgot the name.
jams
for the
over
venue,
there.
To be honest,
Yeah, it's called The Rock, right?
The Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
The
Rock.
Rock.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it was hearing that like we came deep and that each of us did really good at that jam.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did pretty good. And I think that was like one of the first moments where I felt like, man, we're getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we keep this going, like imagine how good we would get.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was like the first ooh moment. I think the second moment for me was, man, I might be missing out on others, but like being flown out to Baltimore for some college jam with the break off,
Yep.
and that was my first time getting flown out.
Was that just you only?
Yeah,
right?
it was only me. That's
Mm-mm.
why I was like, it's a pretty big deal
Yeah.
right now because being flown out to break,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
being flown out to break and do something that we learned in like downstairs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like on the
Yeah.
carpet.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Like what? Like that was kind of mind blowing.
And you made it to the finals too.
Yeah, I made
Was-
it to the finals.
Was that against
That was pretty dope.
who was that against? in the
Against
final?
Knuckles. No, was it Knuckles, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Knuckles. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Big
okay.
brawly looking.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Like I didn't win, but I was like, the fact that I made it to the finals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, man.
When you're like the
I'm kinda
out of
good.
towner underdog, nobody really knows who you are. You know. That was
Yeah.
pretty dope. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it felt good too, just being there. Nobody knew who I was,
Yeah.
except like maybe 1-2 people,
Mhm.
and making it that far, like came under the radar.
That's
It felt pretty good. And then
Okay.
from then, I was super happy, and I was like, all right, now I have to get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
And then to kind of add on to that, how many years into the game did you feel like really confident in your like skills? Like, would you just say like 4, 5, 6 years, or just that first? Yeah, like ooh. Ooh, because I guess like for me, to put it into perspective, like for me, I felt like 4 years was kind of where okay, I'm all right at this. Let's keep it going and see where it goes, you know. So, like, do you have like a number count in your head of, yeah, I'm pretty good at this. Let's keep it going. Or I guess you could even say your stories kind of explained it, but let's just put it into numbers and to kind of see.
yeah.
Oh, your mic. Well,
It's crazy. I don't really think about numbers. I just think about moments and events.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Or I guess when when it was when you got flown out, how many years was that already into the game, if you can recall?
I don't know. Just YouTube it.
YouTube it?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean, like YouTube?
Is there a
the
video
years?
on
I
it?
think it's on YouTube.
Oh. Yeah, it's a while back, man.
Y'all need to edit this YouTube video.
Keep
No,
thinking. I'm gonna search it really quick.
Man, I know. I feel like it was 2005 was when I started. Might have been like
Wealthy versus Knuckles was 10 years ago.
damn
So 2012.
2012. Okay, that makes sense because I was like, I think I
That was, like-
graduated already.
Yeah, that's 2 years after high school then.
Okay, 2 years after high school, 2012. So like
8th grade.
7 years after.
7 years. Wow. Really?
Yeah, I think like, honestly the first several years, the first 3-4 years,
Mm-hmm.
we obviously weren't taking it seriously.
Mhm.
We were learning moves and stuff, but it was just learning moves.
Mhm.
Like we didn't really understand the idea of having a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were just having fun doing moves and connecting moves. Just really, really newbie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like after the competitions that we all attended, we started to see like complete rounds,
Mm-hmm.
like from top rock to footwork, freezes, power moves, like all that together. It was like, whoa, that sounds. It looks more intelligent than what we're doing. You know?
Yep.
So yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So, when you first started breaking, who were the people that inspired you?
When I first started breaking,
Yeah, when you first started breaking, who were some of the dancers that inspired you when you first started?
besides you guys, I feel like, man, when I first started breaking, that was when YouTube just came out.
Yeah.
Man, we were still. No, we started with Google Video.
Yeah. And then I think I remember I came
was
over. I was
only-
like, "Oh, yo, check out YouTube instead."
Yeah,
I was like,
that was
these
like-
dudes are still searching on Google Video. Like, what the heck?
Google Video, bro. I
Yeah.
think we were on that for like the first 2 months,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then YouTube came out, and I don't even know what to look up. Like the first B-boy was like Junior.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
Yeah.
like, "What? This is
Yeah.
breaking? Like this dude's crazy."
Like, strong as heck.
So yeah, we saw Junior and then the Gamblers,
Mm-hmm.
like the Koreans and then Rivers. I feel like gotta shine some light on them because like they're literally the first people we saw on
Mhm.
YouTube, you know,
Mm-hmm.
outside of like on our neighborhood, Zua. I think, yeah, those were the main names. Like Zoa, seeing him from the neighborhood, seeing Gamblers, um, Junior. Those were like the people that kind of blew my mind. Like, holy crap! Like this is what breaking could be. Um, but I don't think they like that inspired me to like you know do
Yeah.
their style.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was just like whoa,
It's like, damn, it's crazy.
that's
Mhm.
yeah, that's crazy. But your question was like who
Like,
inspired
who,
her,
yeah,
right?
who inspired you?
Even like, let's say, even when you understood what breaking was, like, you know, there's definitely like new inspirations. Who are those inspirations for you that help you understand breaking on another level, or help inspire you to up your game?
Um, I think it took a while to establish a style for myself, I guess. But what helped me establish my style, I really gravitated towards like the European flow, the Canadian style.
Mhm.
And I think Jesse Digi was the first who kind of showed me that,
Mhm.
because he was heavily influenced by.
If you could explain, there might be some people who's listening, they might not understand what the European style is. Could you kind of explain, like, what is it about their style that you were inspired?
Yeah. So in the beginning for me, like the European style was like really flowy, um, really fluid movements. Looks like is really graceful. The sweeps and swings going in and out of moves. It looked like they didn't struggle going
Yeah.
in and out, and it
Mhm.
was just like, holy crap! Like how does he look so fluid and smooth, and he just looks clever.
Mhm.
It just looks like that style. Like you understood your body so well that whatever you did, it didn't look like you were falling. You
Mhm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and the Canadian style, obviously threading, like
Yep.
in the simplest form, holding your feet and then threading your hand through it.
The body of your feet, yeah. Just kidding.
Making like an O,
No.
and then something like
O.
another part of your body goes into the O. That yeah,
Right, yeah,
Mhm.
you thread your body through it.
Yep.
So that concept and the combination of both resonated with me because I felt it's just really intriguing to watch because it to me it looked like it was like storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
One move goes into the next and it goes into the next and the next, but it all looked like it made sense
Mm-hmm.
and it just went so well together. And I know I just really gravitated towards that style. So, because breaking is, I also look at breaking as like a language,
Mm-hmm.
and that style, I guess, spoke to me, and I agreed with it. So, um, I wanted, I really gravitated towards implementing it to my breaking, and the people who, some of the names who inspired me, from that with that context is Digi, obviously
one of our crew members.
one of our crew members, OG. Shout out to Digi. Yeah, like the thread and like the flow and like his combinations of like getting from point A to B to C, just it looked hella cool
Mm-hmm.
and it just made sense. And yeah, but besides him, let's see who else, what other names. And when I get put on spot, I can't think.
It's all good.
It's all good. If that's all you think about, that's all
Yeah.
good too, man. You don't
Yeah, but
dive too
Digi,
deep into it.
obviously, like from Canada, like Migas, B-Boy Laos.
Mm.
He's
Yeah, that dude's
Yeah.
fresh.
yeah,
He was crazy.
he's one of, I think he was like one of the ones that kind of changed the game for me.
Oh yeah.
Like when I first saw his clip, like the freestyle session compilation, I was like, whoa, like everything he did, just like the stories he was telling, like the moves he was like combining together. I was like, damn, that's so clever,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So yeah, I think he was one of many that changed the game. Yeah.
Dope.
Deep.
All right. Laos, is that Laos? Like, how is that spelled? I don't know.
Like
Laos,
Laos,
literally
really?
Laos.
He's
You
Lao,
know,
right?
at first I got really like, because I was like, this.
Why
this
have I
dude's
never heard
Laos?
of this
He's-
dude?
Huh?
I've never heard of him before.
He's
heard of him?
he's
You have a
what,
Laos?
French OG.
He's French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fresh. I saw his videos. He's like, well, what he says, smooth. Yeah, fresh, man.
Okay, damn, I've
Yeah.
never seen it. Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah. At first I was like, oh, his name's Laos, like B-boy Laos. I thought he was like Laotian, like
Yeah.
me. So that's why I was like intrigued at first. I was like,
Yeah.
is this dude really Laos? It turns out he wasn't. It's just his name.
Yeah,
He's
Oh.
French,
that's dope though.
and yeah, which is cool.
Okay. So, you said that one of the jam that you just spoke about earlier was one of the ones where you felt like you were really good at that point. What was one of your proudest jams that you competed at, or just any competition in general?
One of the proudest moments, like,
Yeah.
man, those big events where you just make top 32 out of like 300
Oh
people.
yeah. Those
You know?
ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah,
Was it
yo.
like Silverback,
Yeah,
a
you made
freestyle
Silverback,
session?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah.
Yeah, freestyle session. Was it San Diego? So making it top 32 out of like hundreds. Maybe, like, was it how many? Like, do you remember?
Shoot, it was a lot. That's all I know.
That was a lot
I know
though.
Yeah, it was
Silverback
a
is a
lot.
lot too.
Yeah.
But so how is it pretty nerve wracking going to compete and knowing that you have like hundreds crews that's competing too,
I mean,
and they're all really good too. It's not like
Yeah, of
they're
course.
trash. You know, like, was it
Yeah.
pretty nerve wracking?
it was definitely back. Yeah. I mean, it's still kind of is. I think I'm more comfortable with it now. Like, I don't really care, but I think that just comes with experience.
Yeah.
But back then, it was just like we had to have our round,
Mhm.
like our prelim round,
Yeah.
Yeah.
our bangers.
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
know?
throw this for sure. You know.
Throw all my signatures.
Yeah.
If I make it, I make it. But yeah, it was nerve wracking because like you would just walk around freestyle session and just see everybody you saw on like YouTube and like all the big names, and it's like, damn, everybody's here.
Yeah.
So
I said one moment I remember we were like super proud of you was when you made it to was it the Red Bull, the qualifier,
USA
Oh,
qualifier.
yeah.
USA.
the USA, yeah, that's
That
another
was,
one.
That was one where I think everyone came to my house and we got the TV on, and when you entered into the stage, you're all screaming for you. You know, I was like, "Damn, it's crazy!" My boy made it on TV or the live stream. You
Yeah.
know?
It was such a dorky moment for me too, because
Oh
like
yeah,
like yo, Wealthy, come up here, and I had like the Looney shirt.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, "Yeah,
Which
Like,
where
that's
was
my
that
boy,
at?
bro,
Where was
that's
that
my
at?
boy."
Orlando.
Orlando. Oh,
That
but
was
then
crazy.
because I remember you and Kong were in like the what was it, the Madison qualifier, like
those are
way.
the smaller ones.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ciphers,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
Red Bull
just the
ciphers.
ciphers, okay. But that one was like the actual Red Bull, right?
Yeah, the
Or-
USA,
USA
North
one.
America qualifier.
Nah, okay, to get to the main one.
To
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
to
Okay,
go out of the
right,
country to the
But yeah,
Hell
that was
yeah.
another.
How
Damn, my
how
boy made
is
it."
that experience? You know, because there's like different kinds of jams. There's the raw, jams that ciphers are crazy, and then there's like, now these new, legit mainstream competitions, which is also not a bad thing. What's the difference between battling in a local raw jam versus like Red Bull North American qualifier?
Just really
It's-
quick for people who don't know what Red Bull is, it's pretty much the number 1v1 b-boy competition in the world. So,
Yep.
just for context, and this guy was part of the qualifier. Woo!
yeah. It's a huge difference. Like at your local jam, you say it's raw.
Or like just like any big jams that's like maybe like, let's say,
More like
Massive
stage-
Monkeys
stage
compared to
presence,
like
you know.
something that's more mainstream, media wise, like Red Bull BC1.
Massive monkeys compared to Red Bull.
Yeah, you know, like the more raw side versus the
Take
more
us to Red Bull.
mainstream
Yeah.
side.
Let us know what it feels like to be in Red
Well,
Bull. That's what we're trying to ask.
First, okay, let's talk about Red Bull. Yeah, definitely when you're on a Red Bull stage, like you're on the stage and there's lights,
Mhm.
like professional lights, beaming at you,
Yeah,
and when you're up there, yeah, you can feel the heat from the light.
for sure. Yeah,
It feels well for me because I performed at like the Timberwolves. I
Yeah.
kind of have a sense of that, you know, with the crowd and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of different context too because you're performing.
Mhm.
But when you're up there on the Rebel stage, you know, doing 1v1, it feels completely different. It feels very spacious. Like you really have to be comfortable performing by yourself on stage. Otherwise, you're gonna get in your head. Because when you're out there alone, like there's no crew behind you to like give you that energy, you know. And you really have to project it yourself. So, and it's for me, it was. I almost had it. I wasn't like 100% confident. That was still a challenge, you know, trying to make yourself look bigger than you actually are on that stage.
Yeah.
Because that's what you had to do when you're out there alone on a wide stage with lights on you. You really had to kind of perform yourself.
Yeah, well, do like what 10 Indian style just to get to your phone.
Yeah,
man.
You had to jog to get to the middle and then start.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I think it was I went against Saul.
Yeah.
And I lost. But his presence, like when he came out, he just looked bigger than he actually was. Like the moves he was doing, like how he was doing it. Like it looks very big, and that's how you do it. Like, you know, you gotta like keep that in mind when you're battling on a big stage like that. But to compare to that, like
just to like any raw jams, big or small. You know, like those jams that are just raw, you know.
Outbreak.
Yeah, Outbreak.
Orlando, like that itself, like you're surrounded by the crowd. You know, you're not leveled
That's
up.
true. Yeah.
You're not leveled up, you know, over everybody else. You know, you're just in it. It's so intimate, and you can just feel the energy from everybody, like cheering and just hyping you up. You know, it feels, you just feel the energy, and you don't feel alone. That's, you know, to compare to Red Bull. And so you're able to not get nervous, but like feel more the adrenaline from all of that going on all around you. Yeah. So yeah.
I'd say like when I do battle on stage versus like battling ground level when I'm leveled with everyone, like I like battling ground level better because it's like you feel everyone's energy. But when you're on stage and everyone else is like off to the side, it feels kind of off for a bit, you know.
Yeah.
It just feels kind of like, I gotta perform, and it's not more. It kind of feels off a bit for me. That's how it feels. But if it's ground level and everyone's around you, like super close, it feels like there's so much more energy.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine like Red Bull, like that's straight up. You're by yourself up there with just one other body.
You know, it just doesn't have to be Red Bull. It can be like any like just kind of same setup jam. Like I know Break Free, they're doing like a lot of mainstream type of jams like that. You know, so just, you know, because I know like any jams like Red Bull where the stage is big, it's just two of y'all. I know that can be like definitely a weird feeling for me, you know.
Yeah, because Red Bull's like we've been on stages, right? But you still have like, well, I guess for me, I've always had like you guys with me on stage, but to be one on one, like Wealthy has experienced, like I don't know, man, that's tough. Yeah, that's dope though.
If you're a b-boy who's like, and you dance like you just keep to yourself, all shy and shit, like you getting on the stage will like shock you, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that reminds me. At this New York jam, like I battled with Optimistic, for the weekend.
Oh yeah, the
And-
McDonald's jam.
Yeah, the McDonald's jam.
Mhm.
That was a big stage too. So one of my usual entrance moves that I usually do,
Does it go that far or
I
something?
had to take an extra step to go in because I realized in the middle of it, I was like, damn, I'm not going to make it if I just, you know what I mean? If I just do it how I normally do it.
Yeah.
So I had to jog in a little bit. I was like, man, this feels awkward. But that was funny.
Yo, I remember City versus City. You know how they had the big ass stage.
Yeah.
It was on the ground, but it was still a big ass floor.
There's a lot of space.
I
yeah.
did one of my old intros where I would just like kick and then I'm on my head and I'll slide to the opponent, but like it's so far away. I slid for a good like 5 seconds, bro.
I'm trying to get over there.
Yeah, that was another event where we had to jog to the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It was. I get the idea because there was like hella people battling,
Mhm.
like crew versus crew. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's still awkward.
Any other major accomplishments you feel proud of, Wealthy?
A lot of moments. I know winning that jam at the Mall of America.
A
Oh,
Battle Rotunda.
That
Battle
was
Rotunda.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was dope because we used to hear stories from like Joe and Los about the events they used to have at the Mall of America before we even started,
Mhm.
and they're like always hyping it up. Like, yeah, we had it at the Rotunda. It used to be big, a lot of people, and then Joe and them, they hosted that event, and then we won.
Yeah.
So that felt really good
Yeah, it
felt
good.
because you know it was at the Mall of America.
Dude, that felt like a true celebration. Like when it happened, because you know how Los always puts on "We Are the Champions" too,
Yeah,
and then when he put it on, and you just look around and you see
Yeah.
all the crowd like in the levels, because the mall has 4 levels, so you see like, and it's a rotunda, so yeah, you're looking around celebrating like, what?
Yeah.
Like, dang, this is like
That was,
a movie, bro.
can't believe I missed that, bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
wasn't
I
there.
wasn't on the winning squad, but I was so,
I
I was so
I
happy.
wasn't there literally because I
Yeah.
was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
couldn't go out.
Yeah, that win felt great
Yeah.
because of all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Being
awesome.
there, all the
man.
people surrounding. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's different because like it's energy from people who aren't just b-boys, you know, it's just
Mhm.
casual people shopping at the mall and just seeing, oh, it's a breakdancing event, and then it's a different type of energy that they give off to you, you know, and it's just like,
Yeah,
Sometimes it's good to have casual people too. 'cause
yeah,
Some jams where everyone knew, everyone breaks. They knew everything you were throwing. It's like not really that much energy
Yeah.
there, you know. But if it's like a random person who hasn't seen breaking, they'll
yeah.
scream to the top of their lungs, and
Yeah.
everyone goes crazy.
'Cause they don't know what they're
Yeah,
watching.
you
It
know,
just looks
but
crazy.
it just looks fun to this when they
Yeah.
scream. But if I've seen this move like 300,000 times and I see it again, I'm not gonna scream. You know? So it is kind of fun to have people who are just a generic crowd watching,
yeah.
and then them giving their energy, you know, to us and like the dancers. That
Mhm.
was pretty nice.
Battle Rotunda.
Yeah, I agree.
Any more Battle Rotunda?
Man, when I get put on the spot, just can't think.
Okay.
Battle Rotunda. There's
King of Hearts was
King
Huge
of Hearts in
one.
Colorado.
Yeah,
that was a good
yeah.
win. War Machine. It was
Mhm.
us and
Yeah. Still mad I didn't go.
That didn't go to
Another one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm still mad I couldn't go.
I guess one good one when we were coming up was when me and Kong
Oh
went
yeah,
against Los and Joe and we won.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Into the jungle.
Into the jungle. That
that
was like
one was crazy.
right out of high school, bro.
Well,
That was, really?
That was like literally right out of high school, I
Damn.
think.
Yeah, we were 18.
Damn. Honestly, I didn't know how we won that shit.
Yeah, I don't know either, bro.
We lost to the.
I just know we did a
Bro,
Kamehameha
was just hyped.
routine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone was hyped about it. They're like, damn, this is.
That was a fire battle.
I don't know. I watched it when I did, and I'm like, damn, I did whack as hell. How did we win, dude? But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah,
man.
it's the energy. It's
Yeah.
what y'all brought that
Yeah.
day.
It's
That
raw,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess so.
maybe
Maybe
you-
rewatching, I was like, I don't know, but in the moment we were like, what? We won?
Yeah. And we were like, obviously we were super young, so it was like
Yeah, I was 16.
it was like jumping over a gap for us. Like, oh my god, we beat some of the top dogs in Minnesota, like the
Yeah.
local top dogs.
they
you
were the
know?
top dog.
Yeah.
still
so-
is.
But-
Joe's still winning every jam.
Yeah.
I'll add another one that if maybe you're not recalling Groundbreaker, like y'all have won a few times there, but the first time it was pretty exciting too when you guys won. It was against Selfex, right? The first year that y'all won.
Yep, in the finals. Yep.
On the stage too,
Yeah,
like in downtown Minneapolis. Yeah, that felt pretty good too. Yeah, we won that together. That was pretty dope. I think that battle was heated too against Selfex.
Yeah, it was.
It's always heated versus Selfex.
Yeah,
Those
Selfex.
guys.
They always
always
bring the
know
heat,
how to
man.
battle,
always
for
bring the
sure.
heat.
They're not. An
Those
easy
guys know how to
battle,
battle
man.
for sure, man.
Those guys are dope. All right.
Shout
Okay.
outs to Selfex.
Yeah. And then
yeah,
yeah.
we can't forget we won Breaking the Law.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Break
I wasn't proud of it. Though.
So my reasoning is, it's a crew on crew, but the final, like, 4 people win it, and there's like 10 of us. I didn't really feel like we won.
That was the only down part. But shoot, I'll take that win, man.
I guess we'll take that win.
I think, it felt good to me because that was Breaking the Law was the first out of state jam for me.
Oh,
So the fact that we won, like after the many years we went,
that's
just like
you have a point there.
just like all right, check.
Yeah. Like, yes, we did it.
Be proud.
Finally.
Our name is one of the names that won that jam. Okay.
That was the year that Joe was with us, right? Or,
Yeah, Joe helped us out a lot.
Minnesota Joe.
He killed it. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So, kind of moving on forward, but you did win like a jam last year. But I guess you can say like recently you joined the notorious Rock Force crew. Can you tell us how like you joined them? How y'all came to be?
Yeah. So I've known Ives before he was in Rock Force, and we've always been cool. Just like, felt like he was like a little bro to me, like right off the bat. He was just a cool kid, and I think recently, a couple years ago, he reached out to me, asking if I was, if I would be down to rep Rock Force, and to me, growing up with you guys, the Loonies, it wasn't really like that. We started off as friends before breaking. It was like friends, and then we became a crew, and so that was like my concept of joining a crew or another family. Like there has to be, it has to be natural. There has to be bond between all of us. So I was like, yeah, I'd be down. I would love to bond with you guys first, and to see if we all get along, and to see if like we're family like that, and yeah, and it started out like that. I think like Kareem and some of the other guys were interested too, but I'm pretty sure they wanted to feel it out as well, and so I think flew out to Vegas, and actually I was in Vegas for another reason, for like a birthday or something, and at that same time, that same weekend, like Ives and some of the other Rock Force guys were there too, just practicing. Showed us a practice, got to meet them, and chilled with them for a little bit unexpectedly, and then it was cool. And then after that, like a couple months after that, went to Alaska to kick it with Ives and Germs. It's Germs' birthday too, and it was cool. Like Denver came out, and those guys were cool, and like we all bonded. It felt natural. Like I had fun with them. They're really good guys. They have a good head on their shoulders, and I think bonding with them and getting to know them on that level, outside of breaking, helped. And from there, it was like, yeah, I think Wealthy, it would be dope to have them get down with us. Like, they really wanted me to get down. And I was like, yeah, I'm down, man. Like, you guys are cool as hell. And then I battled with them, I think a month or two after that.
But jam was in Vegas too,
it was
right?
Some Vegas jam, like Vegas King. And Rock Force was invited, and Battleborn and Full Force and other Vegas crew were invited to be king of Vegas. It's funny because I'm not from Vegas, so
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm down. I'm down to battle with you guys. Flew out there, and then we ended up winning. And from that moment, Kareem was like, "Yeah, man, you guys are down, man."
Dope.
And then he announced it, and I was like, "Word, yeah, I'm happy."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you guys took that jam, right?
Yeah, we won.
That's what's up, yeah.
We won that jam.
Nice.
So that was the initiation.
That was dope.
If we didn't win, I don't
trial,
think I would have.
Yeah, the test, the trial.
That was a trial. No.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like so it was after y'all won, and then he said, "Hey."
It was leading up to it for sure,
Mhm.
and I think that was like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And
So-
then
Would you say it wasn't like, so it wasn't like, "Hey, do you want to join?" It was just like, "Hey, like, hey, y'all in now, right?" Yeah, because it was already getting there, right? So.
Yeah, it was already leading up to it, and the guys, we really, we really bonded, and we're homies.
that's
So-
what's up.
It just led up to that moment. I think that was just a good moment to officially announce.
Mhm.
I thought I would have to get battled in,
Yeah.
but because
Now you won, man. Don't need to get battled in no more. You won the
Right,
jam.
I was like, woo. No, because when I was in Vegas for that first time,
Uh-huh.
unexpectedly, and I went to their practice,
They waited to battle you, huh?
No,
Yeah,
no,
battle you in.
they actually battled in Denver and Don
Oh,
that
okay.
night,
Damn.
and they went hella rounds. I was like,
Damn.
man.
Your time's coming, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
Got prepared.
Dodge that. No.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And then they went on and won freestyle session. You could have
Yeah.
won freestyle session with them. Nah, I was just
Yeah.
kidding. I was giving you so much shit like, bro, you could have won, bro.
No, that was the team, man. It was their moment. They were meant to win that.
Yeah, no.
Proud of them, yeah.
Yeah. Solid. So, because you're like part of the new generation, right? Because I feel like they recruited like a good amount of new gens.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's the fourth generation.
Dang,
Yeah, it's
4th gen.
pretty crazy.
Do you guys have like any plans like to rep more? I know you told me some stuff. I don't know if you want to say it, but if you want to, go ahead. But if you don't want to, you'll need to.
Yeah, one of them will be a surprise, but yeah, always planning.
Okay, cool.
You guys
Cool.
are always planning.
Mhm.
Always like communicating what's on the radar and stuff.
That's what's up.
But yeah, there's some big news coming up later this year. So, which is hopefully if I am
I was
able to
gonna
go,
say, Yeah.
will be a pretty big accomplishment as well.
Dope.
Just for breaking in general. It's crazy. But yeah, we're always communicating. The guys are always communicating and always like have something next.
Okay. And then one thing I guess I want to know from you, and just from like b-boys in general too, like, because you come from a journey where you come from a small town. We didn't really have much big hitters like those other scenes. And then like to like now be in like a legendary crew like Rock Force. How has like your perspective on breaking changed as you grew up, or as you're growing? I don't know if I phrased that right, but
As I grew older,
as like you're
Yeah.
going, how has your perspective on breaking changed? Because like I know for me, like back when I was like 16, I want to be the best people in the world, right? But that's not really my perspective anymore. Like, has your perspective kind of changed like that?
yeah, when I was young, that was my perspective
Yeah.
too. Like, I just want to be the best.
Top dog.
The
She's
best
so
in the
dope.
world or the best in Minnesota?
best
or
The
what was
world.
In-
best
you know
in
that
breaking.
naive
In the
young
universe,
mindset.
man.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to
It's
be the
like,
best in the
Damn,
world.
no wonder you're
yeah.
dope as hell. I never
wanna
thought
be
like that.
the
Yeah, I never
very
thought like
best.
that. This
No, but
is
yeah,
pretty
I just
cool.
wanna be cool. I
This
just wanna be
cool,
cool.
man. I got friends that break.
Yeah, yeah.
No wonder, man. No wonder you're on a different level. That's what it takes. Yeah.
But yeah, as you know, as you're older now, how has your perspective changed? Like, what's your purpose of?
I just
breaking,
kind of
you
want to
know?
be the best. Yeah.
just the best.
Yeah.
Definitely, it has changed. Getting older, and I can't practice or get down hard like I used to. Every practice we would just go hard because
Mhm.
we would just go hard. I don't know.
Yeah, I learned
And-
hard last fall, man. Yeah, messed up my ankle, man.
Yeah, I think, man, breaking, just been on a journey with breaking, like, good and bad, like injuring myself and not being able to do what I normally do. And me now compared to when I was younger, I think like conditioning, like, and just staying in shape, like in breaking shape, my mindset for that has completely changed. Like every practice I can't go hard anymore, you know, and I would try to save the days that I go hard on like maybe 1 or 2 days out of the week. And if I do train the rest of the week, you know, I take it easy. I condition. I do some calisthenics, some strengthening. Just like, for example, if I'm trying to do a power move, right, and I want to go hard in it Friday, Monday, Tuesday, I'd break that power move down and do the workouts so that my full body doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
And I'm working on my neck so that I don't get a kink on Friday, you know. Stretching a lot more, drinking a lot more water. Stretching definitely a lot more. Gotta emphasize that because that changed the game for me. And just, I think now, like, I'm just trying to be more smart with practice because I do want to break and compete and get better, but I also, like, I still want to break when I'm older. Because I can't not break, and that's something I discovered the hard way. Like, there was a moment in time where I was like, I
gotta get down.
Well, I was like, I didn't, you know, I kind of lost the feeling for breaking. I didn't want to do it anymore because I'm injured. I can't do anything, and I can't perform, you know, so I got to focus on other things. And then a few months of not breaking, I was like, I got to break. Because that breaking was like a form, like it's more than a hobby. It's like something that keeps you in shape, gets you sweating, and also like gives you the opportunity to create something out of nothing. And the feeling you get from creating is like you can't really compare that to anything else. You know, it's like you did this yourself, you achieved it yourself, so it's like self-motivating. And yeah, at that point I was like, I knew I needed to keep breaking somehow. So I needed to change my mindset on staying in shape. So I think now I have a healthier mindset to training and just, you know, staying active and in shape, flexible, because it's just kind of became a lifestyle.
So essentially, you're saying you're more conscious and responsible, but you still want to be the best people ever. That's essentially what you're saying.
More conscious and responsible. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I still want to create and and bring something new to the table because that's kind of what our crew approach was when we were growing up. Like we were all different. We all thought differently. We all had different moves. And, you know, when we were all getting good, we each were bringing, like, something different to the table. And that's what kept me going. I was like, damn, like, how did you think of that, Cool? Like, you're, like, a scientist. Like, all right, well, what am I going to do? You know, like, so that kept pushing me, you know?
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. I feel like our crew, we definitely, we thrive from originality and creativity, and I feel like a lot of that is from, you know, Minnesota Joe, seeing his style process when we practiced with him back then, and like for me, for sure, Villain and Impact always, you know, preaching originality. So I feel like us, we definitely manifested that. So yeah, I get what you mean, and to this day, I still create new footwork patterns in my head, so we'll see if I can make them into reality.
One day they could just
now
get your head and show a vision. That's my
dude,
move.
I was
That's how
thinking
they go
about new
battle.
footwork patterns just like last night, dude.
Man, it's crazy because when we first started, we were just doing moves, but at some point it just switched. Like when we learned like the foundation, we took that and we were like, okay, easy now. Let's think outside the box, and then from there we went our own path in our own styles,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and we created some shit. Like
Yeah.
This is, we don't have to talk about this, but this is just something that I noticed from just keeping up to date with the scene is I feel like originality is kind of dying out, right? Because the level is so high now. The level is so high because everyone knows how to do the hardest stuff now, but they're kind of doing similar stuff. Do you feel like that? Like there's not much original b-boys?
In a way, yes. On the competition side, I feel like if you want to enter a competition, like, you know, the judges, you know, when we were growing up, they have preached like, yo, you gotta be all around.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta get points for this and that. Like, so, and that's what we did too. Like, okay, we gotta better our top rock.
If your hat
Yeah.
falls off,
Yeah.
that's 1 point off. Like, damn, I can't wear a hat no more.
It's like there's rules now. You know, if we want to make it far in the competition, we gotta get better at these areas, which is
Yeah.
is good.
Mhm.
Yep, it's definitely good.
It's
Yep.
good, but on another side, like, I can see where people will start to look similar because, yeah, they're probably bettering the same
Yeah.
areas in breaking.
Yeah.
So,
But they're still like dope as heck though. But it's just
yeah,
like
they're still crazy and
they're
still
still doing
talented.
like air shirt, elbow up, one-handed air flare, but like 20 people does it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, being original is like taking the time to step away from everything and just being in your own space without any pressure. And being in that zone, you might have to take a step away from the competition, and maybe that's why like all of the original heads or whatever, you know,
Mm-hmm.
aren't competing as much because maybe they're, you know, in the lab.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you know, it's a totally different energy when you're competing, when you're preparing for a competition. You like have to get your shit together.
Yeah.
And stick with your guns and better them. You know. And for me, it felt really good creating when there was no pressure for a competition, because that's when it gave me the chance to mess up and learn from my mistakes, you know, in breaking, you know, just like experimenting and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. But then there's people like Menno, who's he's just a beast.
There's no good or
Crazy.
bad sides to it, but
Yeah.
I do want to say on the record, just because something is original doesn't mean it's dope either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some
It's true.
weird, whack original stuff out there too. You
Yeah,
know?
it's not your
Yeah.
cup of tea.
Yeah.
Just 'cause it's different don't mean it's dope, man.
Like, respect, that's your move and your style, but
Your style kind of weird, but alright.
not my cup of tea. But respect though,
Yeah.
respect though.
Yeah. Just wanted to talk on that base since we were talking about originality.
Yeah. But yeah, originality takes time. You know, it's like wine. You know, like the longer it ages, the better it tastes, right?
Yeah.
The longer you break, the more you understand your body and the control you have, and like, you know, you just grow. So with time, you know, it'll come.
Because you know you're a graphic designer. You know you were on our podcast with Amada before. Your I guess company. I don't know if that's the right term, but your company, Onto 27. When did you start kind of realizing or taking serious your ability in graphic design, and when did you know that you wanted to pursue? I know you talked about it earlier, but now it's more like kind of focusing on that. When did you say I want to pursue this as a career? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I think
You've always had it in you,
I've-
just from a friend side. Like I've always seen it
Mm.
in Wealthy since like school. He's always been pretty artsy.
Yeah, I think like in high school that's like when I started dabbling and kind of like realizing how pretty dope art is, and that's when that's when I started dabbling, was in high school. And I think after graduation I went to community college and started taking graphic design courses, because in my mind I was like, okay, when I was 18 I really liked graphics. I liked streetwear, the
Mhm.
graphic tees. I was like, that's so cool, like I can do that, I can create that myself.
Which ones was the which one was the streetwears that you liked?
Man, anything we saw from Phenom.
Mm-mm-mm.
Remember Phenom?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we took a step in there, and it was just a whole bunch of different brands and designs that I've never seen.
Mm.
So
Yeah, that's a dope shop.
yeah, and I was like, maybe I can get better in this. So I started taking courses, learning how to, become a graphic designer, learning the tools, and I think I just fell into it gradually, and I started making flyers somehow for jams. Because I remember Johnny Craze. Shout out to Johnny Craze. He was one of many who, I think he was like one of the only that made good flyers in Minnesota
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
for
This
events.
was really nice.
And I was like, this is pretty cool. This is graphic design as well, and that intrigued me. So that was like my first door in of just being interested in like something in graphic design. And then from there I just learned through school, learned the tools, and at the same time outside of school I was also helping like event promoters, creating like flyers and posters. So it just kind of I just fell into it,
Mhm.
like I wasn't forcing it.
Yeah.
It just fell into my hands. Like they just started hitting me up like, hey, do you want to design our flyer? I was like, in my head I was like, man, you sure?
Yeah.
Right.
But I was like, I guess, this will better my skills while I'm learning in school.
Mhm.
And I think towards my last semester of college, that's when I was like, oh, maybe I can do this for a living, because I got like 2 internships that last semester with like really good, companies.
Yeah.
Like I was in this publication class where we all designed a book,
Mhm.
and my design won the cover.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like,
Nice.
out of everybody in the class, I was like, okay, like
I'm
That's
pretty
cool.
good at
That's
no,
cool.
ooh,
That's
yeah.
I was like, ooh. That was an ooh moment for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. That gave me a lot of confidence, actually,
Mhm.
because in the beginning I was like super quiet in class. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm gonna be good, because we had one student over here who's freaking good at drawing and illustration, and it was just
Mhm.
a variety of like different skill sets.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, I'm just learning.
Mhm.
But it was really that last semester, it was like that it showed me like,
Oh.
man, I guess I'm good. Like
Mhm.
I can do this for a living. Like I just gotta get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was a big moment for me, like a big discovery. Like, oh, I can do this for a living. To answer your question.
Yeah. Wealthy designed a lot of dope stuff. This
He
right here.
designed shirt.
I can't see it in the camera, but he designed the script for this, the Looney script. He designed. You started to design.
No, Jersey did that.
This?
Yeah.
No, you did. It was
Did
it. Was it Jersey or you? It was you.
Was it me?
He just printed it. Unless I'm messing
Yeah,
up.
I
right
don't know. You
now.
might be messing
I
up,
don't
bro.
know. I
Yeah.
think that's
I don't think Jersey.
Hey, show him your
I don't know.
tattoos though.
Show him your gun, though.
Yeah, Wealthy did this
But
one.
yeah,
The script.
that one. What he did.
Did you not do this one?
I don't. I don't think so.
I don't
Because I'm
think
gonna feel
he- I
bad
don't
now if
think
it
he
wasn't
did.
you.
I don't think Wealthy did, bro.
Nah.
But the Wealthy, yeah, he started designing a lot of
But-
like cool, just like loonies stuff
Yeah,
too. Just
like
because like,
the
oh, it's our
majority
crew, like
of
stuff
our
that we
stuff
rap.
are designed by Wealthy.
Hey, if you
like, a
did
lot
this
of
one, my
our
bad,
stuff-
Joseph. But I thought,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess an artist wouldn't forget if they designed it or not. But
Mhm.
No, I don't think I did that.
yeah, he did. You did.
I
The
remember
script.
because Jersey came out with the shirt. I was like, it surprised me because I've never seen it.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, oh, Jersey. Must
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. I think he did. And you did the script, and then you did like the bunny.
Yeah,
and
the Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
Mm.
a bunch of other dope like loonies stuff.
Yeah.
So you started kind of exploring in that area too, and then eventually you got to your little one-liners where you're doing one-line art of human like poses. How did that kind of come about too, Wealthy?
That was that was during a phase of breaking where I didn't know if I was gonna break anymore.
Dang.
That was like it kind of brought me back because COVID started as well.
Yeah.
So public practices weren't available, and I was at an apartment during the time, and I had to practice alone. I was like, it sucks practicing
Yeah,
alone.
definitely.
So yeah, there was a shutdown, and for me, I discovered that I'm a person that really need freedom to create something, whether it's breaking or designing, or drawing, because otherwise I get cranky. I know I discovered that's just how I am, and Amada realized that as well, and so she really pushed me to do something about it. Like, if you're not breaking, like you're a designer, like create something that way, design something every day, try to get into the same zone as you get into when you break. And so I was like, yeah, you're right. Even if it's 30 minutes a day, like what can I do to like kind of check that box out for the day, right? And I was like, okay, well, I can't break, and I love designing, so I was just experimenting. And what really made the line art lift off was remembering what I did on this college project, this art project. I don't know if you remember, I did this human brain
Yep, I remember that.
with the gold wiring, and like I literally created a brains with gold wiring, like with my own fingers.
Was
Make
it
sure
just
your
one
mic is
long
on
wire
your
link?
mouth. Hey,
One
Wealthy,
super long wire
make
link
sure your
too?
mic is on your mouth.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one long wire. I mean, there was multiple wires,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the fact that I took a long wire and was just like bending it
You're right,
Uh-huh.
right.
Started
Twisting
creating
it.
with that.
That's
to make
cool.
it look like a brain. I was like, that's so simple, and if I can combine that with breaking, that would be interesting. And I saw line art somewhere as well, online, or maybe Instagram. And I got super curious and super intrigued, so that's what I tried to do. Like I found some old photos of me that you took, remember? Was it in SAC? The black and white photos.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, when we were out there.
Yeah. And I took one photo and I was like, okay, if I can turn this into line art, what would it look like? And so that's what I did. The beginning of 2021, that's when I started it. And Amada pushed me to post on Instagram because it'll hold me accountable so I can post more. So it wasn't to like show off, it was just to show the world that I'm not just a breaker. I'm a designer. I design, an artist. And since then, I've been getting a lot of love for it, and been doing like commissions and collaborations and stuff. So yeah, it just lifted off. I don't know. It was just really fun, and at the same time, it also got me back into breaking because I was like, I can't just be looking at different photos of b-boys and b-girls all the time. Like I need to create this my own. So I started like posing and like realizing that like, oh man, I suck at freezes. So like I tried to get better at freezes at the same time. Like man, this is actually pretty fun. You know, it felt like how I felt when we first started breaking again. You know, we were just trying moves out and bettering ourselves. I was like, this is that same feeling that I have. So I knew that I had to keep this going. So yeah.
Dope.
I guess that's the birth of the one-liners.
Nice. Okay.
Do you feel like there may be something else that you could create too, kind of like the one-liner, maybe like a different concept that you have in mind too, or is it now just you're sticking with the one-liner and breaking at the moment?
There's a lot of different ideas I
concept.
have with like the line art, like a lot of other concepts that I've like have in my notes.
Dope.
I
just haven't showed the world yet.
Yeah, I just need to get to it. I haven't showed the world yet, but I think like my goal was like in the beginning just to get better at this, and then maybe like show other concepts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I just start showing a bunch of different things, it would just look.
Yeah.
My
true.
mind would be sporadic. You know, like so I have to learn. Just like breaking, like, you know, if you got to learn the foundation first before you expand. Otherwise, you would just look like you're missing something. So I guess that's how I thought about it. But yeah, I do have a lot of other ideas and concepts that I want to bring out to the world.
Dope.
Yeah. I eventually do want to make t-shirts, but you know, I feel like I'm not there yet. I do want to, but
like a lot of people would support. A lot of people will buy it, but yeah, no, it's really up to you. You know.
Yeah.
Like, don't rush it.
Yeah, a lot of people's been wanting like t-shirts.
With the one-liners, or you mean just like
just with the one-liners?
Yeah, definitely. I would want one of those. Those are.
Yeah, I want one too. You know?
You gotta make it for us.
Yeah, it's a lot of work too, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start making t-shirts, that's a whole different world.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
inventory or like it's just another area.
Gotta build that foundation first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I eventually want to get into animation too.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
So
That'll be a different story right there
Oh,
too, man.
Creative explosion.
that's a
That's
sneak
dope.
peek right there. That's all I can say.
Okay.
But yeah, what's in my head right now, like,
Uh-huh.
is pretty crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wealthy's a pretty artistic dude.
Mm.
This dude has made a lot of pretty cool things. I think I mentioned it in our original podcast too, that you made like an Adidas clay that was like almost perfect form looking. And I'm trying to make a pair of Chucks, and that shit looks so bad compared to your Adidas shoe.
The
And
clay. Oh yeah, I made that out of cardboard too.
yeah, and then you, like you said, you made the brain with like just a metal wire that you had to twist. Wealthy's always been a pretty creative, artistic dude. So pat yourself in the back. You're
Thanks, man.
pretty dope in that area. Yeah.
That's funny. It's so ironic because like, before high school, I was like, art.
Art? Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Looks cool, but until I got into it, I was like, whoa, like, I'm actually kind of enjoying this.
Yeah.
So was there something that you were actually thinking about going into, since you were thinking like art? I don't want to do this.
Oh,
Was there
like,
something else that you were like, yeah, I'm gonna try to do this instead?
I mean, because we break, like massage therapy.
Oh, I think I remember you were talking
what
about
about
that back
before
then.
like you started breaking? Was there anything you wanted to do like before that?
He was like 12. Yeah.
I don't know, man. When I
What
was
do I
12, I
wanna
wanted to make video games. Shit.
right.
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
I just 12. Come on, we were just trying to figure out how to be a teenager. Like before, I don't know. I wanted to play basketball or football.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good.
That's still my dream, man. I think that's
Yeah.
everyone's dream.
I mean, it was always fun. Like we
Yeah.
we tried out for the basketball team, but didn't
Oh,
make
yeah?
it.
Oh yeah. I
Really?
was there.
Bro.
Me, more
Yeah.
Wealthy.
I missed a layup, and I think that was it.
Why? What was the trial pretty easy?
Oh yeah.
Was there a lot of people?
These dudes ain't making the cut.
Bro, I had an open lane. Someone passed me the ball. You know, I was like,
All right, that was my chance. Yeah.
I was like, I feel like I'm in NBA right now. I'm about to lay this up. Laid it up. I missed.
Oh, damn.
I think that was it.
Oh.
I think the coach was like, "How you gonna miss a layup, bro?"
Damn, it's crazy.
And then, we joined football as well. Like me and Mo. You?
No, just you and more.
Me and Mo. Yeah, that was fun, but I don't think that was it.
Mm.
But it felt good tackling somebody though.
Yeah.
The adrenaline from it, bro.
Yeah.
That's like sticking a nice ass freeze during a battle. You're like, boom.
What's up?
Uh,
But yeah, I think when we discovered breaking, that stuck. Yeah.
Okay. That's dope, man. And yeah, I think it's I think like you're still progressing and you're still starting new stuff, so I think that's really good. And yeah, I guess we just want to give you your flowers, and we just want to say, keep going. We're pushing for you to achieve your dreams. And you guys have anything else you guys want to ask?
when you think of like athletes, right, or like sports teams, and you see like a LeBron, and you're like, why can't all the other players be as good as LeBron? I think of you like that, Wealthy. Like,
Nah, chill.
like you're one of the
LeBron
Not
James.
like, I wouldn't say like you're LeBron, but I'm just saying like an example, right? Like someone who's really devoted to the craft. That's why when you see them break, or when you see you break, like you see why he's so good. Like he's devoted into it. Like I look at like Koo, Kong, you, like Jerza, like you guys, because me being someone who's always kind of been, let's say, like B squad, right? Like when I see you guys, but specifically just you two, like it's like, yeah, this guy puts in the work. That's why he's known. That's why he's gets the respect, or that's why when he gets down, it's like impressive, And I just want to say, yeah, you're one of those guys that it makes sense. Those are the people who put in the work to get there, And
Thanks, man.
you're,
I try.
yeah,
Shit.
man.
Hey,
You do it. Well,
Which NBA player am I?
I'm just saying,
kidding.
because
Yeah.
you guys are like the starters, right? You could say that, and like I would say,
There's
I'm
a lot
one
of
the,
trashy
I would
starters.
say
Yeah,
like
just kidding.
I would say like I'm a bench player, and it's like the starters are starters for a reason, because they put in the work to get to be that good.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I just want to say, yeah, you put in the work and you're a beast, man. So keep going. Yeah,
Thanks,
with
man.
your arts and with breaking.
Yeah, I'd say Woti is like the Kanye without the personality. Like whatever he put his mind to, or whatever he put his hands to, like then he could like turn it to like great art and just something really good. So I'm like, damn, this guy, if he doesn't even break, he just do something else, like he'll do it really, really good too, and it'll be really unique. So I'm like, damn, this dude's freaking talented, man. I can't even draw for shit. But yeah, that's how I kind of see you as.
Appreciate you,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, yeah, you already show up for yourself, right? You're a dope b-boy with your graphic design stuff. You're killing it too. So I mean, you speak for yourself, man. So you are a gifted person, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say.
Thanks, man. I think in the beginning, like, I think I've always been like competitive. Because in the beginning of breaking, like when we first started our crew, I sucked, and we all knew like you, Koo and Kong,
No, it wasn't me.
and,
I wasn't part of that group.
and Mo, like Mo just found this style out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and it's just like, what the hell? He just got hella good at it. And for me, I was in a place where I was like, dang, like my crew is pretty good, and I'm not that good.
Yeah.
I just have air chairs,
Man, Air Cheers was like the best freeze right back then.
and I think that the competitive in my head like just pushed me to like be as good as you guys.
Mm.
And I think that was like my first discovery of me being really competitive, I guess.
Do you feel like you have to be competitive too by just doing your graphics design? I mean, I'm sure it's competitive itself, but do you ever think about that when you kind of stay in your mood where you have to like create?
Yes and no. I think I had to be competitive like towards the end of the last semester
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, I need to end strong, and so I just stuck with that mindset. But in a sense now, yeah, but it's more like because it's always something to learn in design, you know, whether it be a tool or a new technique or style or something. I just know that like one of the fears, I guess fear would be the word, is like not knowing how to do something. And so if I wanted to learn how to do something, like I made sure I was able to understand it to a certain level, like break something down and like just learning the different parts of it, the different mindsets, and listening to interviews about the certain style or something. I don't know, like getting too into it, and I think that's just part of how I function. Sometimes I overthink too.
Yeah.
And I think that like relates to that.
No.
So I think that's why like I always push myself to get better at something, because like, you know, if I'm working with clients like and I don't know what I'm talking about, like, that's like one of my fears. I'm like, you know, like why would they want to work with me if I don't know what I'm doing? So like I really have to know what I'm doing so that I just researching and just really getting deep into whatever I get into. Maybe too far. Sometimes, yeah.
Cool. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
On like, or like your when you mentioned like being competitive to like kind of better yourself, like even with, like with Breakin wise, like, because me being the youngest guy, like, you know, you guys, I think there was an age where you guys got good. You know, there's like that first step where, all right, you're a dope b-boy. You know, probably not the dopest in the USA, but like you're dope in general, right? I think you guys were like what age? 17, around there, 18, or around 17, I think. And then I just told myself, like, once I reach 17, I expect this skill level of myself. So boom, once I hit 17, that was when like I made it to Outbreak. Like we made an Outbreak and all that. So I think I kind of compare myself to you guys in life too. Like, this guy completed this. Maybe I need to step up my game too. You know, if he could do it, I could like better myself too. You know, just stuff like that. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a healthy.
Yeah. It's a good thing,
you know?
Like seeing Cool be good at videography, Dala getting his masters, you're killing it at graphic design. Like, I need to step it up in whatever I'm doing too. You know.
Like,
yeah.
And we want you to. You know, we want you to
Yeah.
better yourself, be in a good position always.
Yep.
Yeah, Dallas got his masters. Now he's about to get his second masters.
Not a second master's, just to be on the record, just certifications.
Since my things are random, you know, so I have a question to ask you. What was the worst crash that you ever did in Breaking? That you could remember?
I'm trying to think of one.
I remember one. I remember one where I was like, damn, that was pretty bad.
One came right away.
Which one was that?
It's funny. It's actually at the battle rotunda.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking. That was the one.
about
Like,
I
that
was
one.
killing it
damn,
too.
you were killing it.
Oh.
You went to do the 90s and
And then
boom.
bro,
around your back, right?
Shoot. I was like, oh, damn. I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't see it coming too, bro. I was killing it.
Yeah, you were.
I was like really into it, like, and then I just did the 90, and then I fell.
It was kind of slow too. When you feel it was like, boom.
And my jaw hurts. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Another one was a long time ago. Like, you remember when we went to, was it River, across Wisconsin to that college battle, the River
I don't think I
Falls?
went.
River
I think-
Falls?
I think you
Yeah.
guys went.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Wasn't Eamon a judge?
was he?
I think
Oh,
he
was he going to school there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go.
I think
we
he was a
all-
He was a
judge,
judge
and like
for
some
all
of
of
the
us.
collaboration was a judge too. Like a few of the collaboration guys and Amen.
Yeah.
I remember he was like wearing his
Yeah.
shades the whole time. Like he was cool as hell.
But that was my first crash.
What were you doing there? I don't remember.
I
that
did
one.
you know the entrance I go where I do, and I do a rubber band.
Oh yeah.
freeze?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I did the rubber band, and I never got up to this. I did a rubber band, and then I landed back on my back, I think.
Oh.
And I was like, damn, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But that was like,
Yeah.
that was pretty bad for me. But yeah, the Rotunda one took it home.
Okay. All right. Well,
Any last words from you,
Any last
Walty?
words
from you?
You want to
Anything
share
you
with
wanna
the
share?
viewers?
Last question from me. So y'all trying to start practicing soon or what?
Man, for me, I do, but like since I gained so much weight, I have to like think about it realistically. I have to hit up the gym like for a good couple weeks first before I can start practicing.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't really started practice yet either, you know.
yeah.
But like that's just my perspective. Yeah.
I'm down to practice. Like I'm not gonna go hard.
You
or
guys
anything.
can practice. I'm
gonna,
just not
like,
gonna
go.
Yeah.
I mean, like not after this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, just in general. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would be down to get down to it. It's just like I wouldn't have a purpose anymore. You know, it would just be to get down and have fun. Like I don't have a purpose to get better again or get this. But if I was to have a purpose, it would be to get air flares before I ever stop. But I don't know.
purpose
That's
right there.
I know that's never gonna happen because I probably would never commit to that. But I would get down just to have fun. But I wouldn't get down to like train and go compete again. I don't think so. Yeah, it's just not in me anymore to train and compete. Yeah. But I don't know.
Man, I gave.
Give me that ooh again.
No, let me give you that. Ooh, hold on.
Yeah.
Bro, I gave air tracks like a month and a half or two.
You gave up.
I gave that move like 2 months, and then I don't know what happened. I was like,
Just wasn't meant to be.
I don't know if it's meant to be. Man, you gotta be patient for that one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. When I learned my hopping air tracks, I was like, I can't transition this to anything at all. I'm just not even gonna try to do it anymore. I'm just not gonna just throw a lame looking air flare and be like, okay, that's it. Can't
Yeah.
transition to anything.
Yeah.
But
you had those hopping ones, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
But yeah. All right. Other than that, thank you for joining us, Walty. And yeah, it
having
was good
me.
seeing you again. It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And thanks everyone for watching. And stay tuned for the next one. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.